Hey, how's it going, YouTube? So I thought I'd show you a little cutting that I've made from my Bloody Mary Nepenthes. And I made this just remember when I got my first Nepenthes, the Bloody Mary from the garden centre. Doing really well, by the way. Made a few, two nice divisions from it, and they're really doing good since I separated them and put them in some nice cork planters. Here, check this out. That's one of them.
Dr. Greenthumbs Savage Garden.
And yeah, he just keeps producing nice pictures, and I keep giving them a little misting. I'm using a little plastic bag as well, like a little humidity dome, and that I've noticed that the pictures seem to grow a little bit quicker when I put them in a bag, and keeps them humid and moist. And this one's doing really well. It's really thickening up, and my first time really this year with Nepenthes, so I ain't got really loads of experience with them, but they're just growing really well. And when I first had them in my first pot in this rubbish little pot, I had them here where I've got my chili peppers growing, and the wind just blew it over, and I don't know if you can see that right there, here. The end snapped off, and that, man, I was in a bad mood, you know, really bad mood. So I thought I'll try and salvage it. It didn't look perfect cutting material, but I plopped it into this glass of water along with a passion fruit cutting I was making at the time, and I just thought, see what happens, you know, see what happens. So can't remember now when I first made that video, but that's when I basically made the cutting. And it grew roots within about a week or two, and take a look at it now, man. I'm gonna plant it today, show you how I just go about that. I'm gonna plant them like I did my Carnivorous plants. I'll show you how they're doing now. They're growing really well as well. So here we are, look. That's the that's where it basically broke off from the mother plant. It was like this before, and I didn't bother. I didn't cut it or tidy up with a razor blade. I just plopped it in a glass of water, and I thought I'll see what happens. And damn, look at that, man. That's going to be a nice plant. This is a new. This leaf's grown. This leaf while it's being inside that glass pot. So really happy with that, man. Not so angry now that I snapped the end off, because plant's doing well anyway, you know. And yeah, I got another plant out of that, you know. Can't wait to make some more Nepenthes cuttings. Here, this is the plants I got from Carnivorous about a month, maybe about 2 months ago now, you know. And this is the Ventricosa, doing, in my opinion, not like I've got years of knowledge with Nepenthes, but I think it's doing really well. Here, check this out. Now I've put a bit of tin foil around here, because about 7 o'clock we get some quite strong evening light, and because these are black plastic pots, I don't like pots getting hot, you know. I think all plant roots should be kept nice and cool. So I put a bit of tin foil, and it's amazing how that tin foil just reflects the heat. But this is the Ventricosa. I'll just show you how it looked when I first got it, and you'll be able to see the amount it's grown. But this is a cool little picture that it's popped out. And we've got another one here and here. But and this is the Viteci complatacea or whatever. Still don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I don't think many can pronounce it right. But it's doing really well as well. Look, that's a new picture. This one was already here, but this one's coming along now. So planted on the 17th of the 6th, 16. So yeah, about what is it, 2 months ago now? Can't even think of what day we're on, to be honest. Tell you, it's been that hot here. It's been a bit of a nightmare this summer with the plants. I had a really nice petunia here growing in this pot, but it gets so hot that just a few hours without giving it its morning water and nightly water, it just died. And then my tomato plants suffered a big spider mite attack, so I've been nuking that nearly daily. I don't think I'm going to eat the tomatoes in the end. I thought it'd be really nice to have some like nice clean organic tomatoes, and then I've ended up spraying that much insecticide on it. I think I'd rather eat the ones out of the shop, you know. But one thing I've been very careful not to spray, because I really can't wait to get these in my belly, is these nice devil tongue chilies. And hopefully I'm gonna get a lot of these devil tongue chilies. And I've got plenty of habaneros growing here. Look at that tasty little habanero, man. Looks a bit on a strange shaped habanero though. Normally they look like miniature bell peppers. I'm sure I've labelled it right. These ones are mixture of habaneros and devil's tongue. So and I think there's a ghost chili in there somewhere, but haven't got a clue now. So I've just been misting them, making sure I mist these plants twice a day when I can. I'm really happy. I'm doing fantastic. So let's get this planted, you know, and to show you how I'm just going to do the same way I planted my other Nepenthes. They seem to be doing really well in it. Just a mixture of perlite, bit of orchid bark and sphagnum moss. And this one I might throw a few bits of like large silica sand. It's not sand, it's more like silica stones, whatever I got from an aquarium shop. Might throw a few of them in there, you know, you just test the mixture. But yeah, let's get on to that. Okay, so I've got a little pot that I'm going to start it in. It doesn't need to be a big pot really, and it's white, so I'll not need to put any tin foil on this one. I've got some orchid bark mix from the garden centre, just basically pine chippings and stuff like that. Some sphagnum moss I'm going to mix into it, and some perlite. And I might throw in a few of these like stones in as well. Just throw it into the mix, see what happens. Let's put a bit in there. It's not going to take a lot to fill that tiny pod up, so don't want to get too carried away. Chuck a handful of that in here. Chuck a bit of this in. That's just a bit of leftover peat from my Venus flytraps. Just throw it in the mix. You never know what might happen. And I'm just gonna, this is just an experiment, you know, just throw a few of these stones in here as well, and mix it up. Needs a bit of water. I think that'll make a nice mix. Might have put a little bit too much perlite in there, but it's not going to kill anybody, is it? Not that I imagine. Now I'm just going to fill my pot up with this. Might just put a little bit more sphagnum. I prefer it to be overspilling a little bit than not enough. What I'm going to do, I'm going to gently wrap sphagnum into the roots like I did for the Carnivorous ones. Just like that, and pinch it, you know, just like that. and then I'm just going to pop that into here and then fill around the sides basically, and job done, you know. And I'll top dress it. Then I've got some live sphagnum moss growing over there in a little tray, and I've got a little tray in my room as well with some live sphagnum moss. What I'll do then is just top dress that with some live moss, and I'll put this back in the kitchen. It seems to be doing well there until it starts growing a bit more. I'll put it here with the other ones, or maybe, I don't know, maybe I should hold off for giving it intense light until it starts growing a little bit. It'll do fine where it's been doing in the kitchen, and you know, why change it if it's been doing good. Got to be careful not to pack down the sphagnum moss, but I think that's perfect, you know. Give it a good watering. Look forward to seeing how that comes on. There we go. Job done. Another job off of my list. So give that a good soaking of water. Let any dust particles and rubbish drain out of the bottom, and then I'll leave that in the kitchen with the rest of my rubbish. So I decided in the end that I'm just gonna stick it on my Nepenthes shelf. I'm sure it's going to be fine. I'm not going to bother putting a bag over it like I did these. I only put that bag over the top because they'd come from a greenhouse. I didn't know how the environment had been in that greenhouse, but I'm guessing pretty humid. But this little cutting's been used to the humidity here since well, I got the Nepenthes Bloody Mary from the garden centre, and the humidity would have been the same as it is here because it was not really inside. So yeah, it'll be fine. I'm sure it's going to do well there. Look forward to showing you how it does when it starts really taking off now in its new pot. And yeah, keep tuned. I'll have an update soon coming out regarding my little Venus fly seedlings. Get some time to put a video together, show you how they're doing, talk more about my nightmares that I've had with them, and yeah, cheers for watching. Make sure you subscribe, give a thumbs up, and take it easy.